She don't do any movement. I told the people, well, she had the kids, so she don't have to. Nothing moves on her at all. I didn't update her at all. I did update Jupiter. There wasn't an antenna going around on top of his head. There is now with a rotisserie motor. Mm-hmm. And in that hand there, that's a rotisserie motor. The whole hand goes 360 degrees around. That wasn't working down there at the museum. They had some trouble with it. It was noisy, and I think it bothered them. And it may or may not have been a problem, but I'll replace that if I take it out to where they're going to have some activity, you know. And, Sistar, the blue one over there, there's a rotisserie motor in her shoulder, and the arm goes completely around. And I had it slipped over like the shaft and fastened on, and every once in a while the damn thing would come loose. Well, rather than have it fall off, I mean, I don't want it falling off there when everybody's looking, you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't work it at all. See, nobody knows it's supposed to work. But all I have to do is drill a hole through the pin coming out of this rotisserie. Drill a hole through that, put the thing back on, then put a pin through it, and see it's going to be perfect. And I'll get that done. Now Mars, on the end, I revamped him completely. He moves, but he didn't down there at the museum. See, because I had two of these rotary antenna rotor motors in him that you need a box hooked to the motor that would bring up his arms, and his head would go back and forth with another box. He two separate motors. But how in the hell would you work that in the museums? You know, with the thing sitting there, and you can't be sitting down there. You know, you're talking to people and showing them, or either they want to take pictures and stuff like that. So I redid his head completely. Oh my God, it was a hell of a job. Took it off and put a fan in there. I left the other motor inside. It didn't make any difference, and that makes it a little heavier yet. So then it goes back and forth. And it works pretty good now and so forth. Yeah. See, and I don't have to plug it in. I mean, I just turn it on. See, I don't have to control it from there. Now, it was nice if you was in a mall and you had only him or a couple. You could sit there and control it from a chair. See, it's not remote control. See, you had to have the wires running to it. Right. But you could run them underneath and up to it. And you could make his head go back or stop if he's looking at a pretty girl wanting to stop or something. But so I did update him too. See, I updated some of this. But I'll tell you what it is. See, I had an aunt in my family. She was a good artist. The Butler Art Institute, you know, over at Youngstown. They've had her stuff in it. What's your head on the back behind you there? Okay. They had her art in it. That tubing. It's cold in the winter, and the sun coming through. The sun don't come through in the summer. See, the sun's too high. But the heat, oh my God, it's probably over 100 degrees in there in the summertime. See, there's no air or anything. Right. So that's hard on the stuff. I heard when they come back from the museum, I think I heard some grumbling out here when I think it was from the robots. They would rather been down there in that museum where it was nice and warm. Oh God. Oh boy. Yeah. What I was going to do after this Walmart thing, I think it would open doors. Call the Connecticut Art Museum. Yeah. My God, there's a hell of a good chance that, you know, see, whatever's convenient to them, because it can be a month, or you could be a month there, or 2 months, because they were a year down in Baltimore. Yeah, there's a lot of places. Well, the letter was from our mayor to their mayor. Made out just to their mayor.
So you went to the mayor, did you talk to the mayor of Moscow?
Stuttgart, Arkansas, Stuttgart. I met the mayor of Moscow. What's on it? See, if you're signing it, what the hell's on it? Right. You don't know. But if you accordion plead it, I can look at any place down the line. If I got it stacked up 9:30 in the morning, that's when it was shown. And they had to come out and check, because see, if it won't shoot over the trees, now this was September, so there was still plenty of leaves on the trees. Right. If it wouldn't clear the trees, it couldn't shoot.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't use it to mean the truck, you know how you say it has to be lined up with that satellite. Sure. Anyway, they filmed them live at 9:30 in the morning, pouring down rain. Wow. We had a tent over this thing, but oh my God, of all the things for it to rain, we luckily had a tent that was big enough to cover up the robots. Sure. And we had them on. And you know what the guys, a little lead-in before we got to the 9:30 segment. He says about the robots and says, we might have an electrifying experience out here, to get them sorted out or something.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, that sign on there, I just left it on, but that was the last thing that they were filmed. Well, they were filmed in 27 in Youngstown on Halloween. The woman come out from Youngstown and filmed them, and they were on it. I looked it up. Clinton's over in Ohio, and that canal, the water canal that went through there. There's Canal Fulton. Roll-up garage door. It was a business down here at Koppel. You know where that gas station is at Koppel? It's pretty good, It isn't like it's bad. I like the garage myself. And apple butter. I love apple butter.
Oh, me too.
Now, Walmart.
That's made in Sweden.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, now he was saying there's no way to hold it in there, and you can't just leave it in, it'll fall out. Same way with this one, I needed to glue this around. But anyway, I needed to get something that'll stick with, most of the stuff. And the nice thing about these, you can, if you got a rough thing, it ain't too level or something, you can adjust the feet so it'll stand up, at any kind of a thing.
So that's the way it goes?
Yeah.
It sits up?
Yeah, it's just kind of, I call them space critters, for want of a better word, not space creatures, space critters. See, just,
you know what they look like to me?
Huh?
It kind of looked like a snout.
$500 a piece. Even the sign, Robot Way, that was insured for $500.
Wow.
This one was down there, so he was insured for that. Not this one, not the saucer, but all the rest of them in there. When they took it down there, some of the stuff didn't work because they, incorporated one thing was another. Now, in other words, if there was two eyes, there very possibly be two plugs. Okay, now all you need to do is hook that together, and hook up your fan thing. One plug at the bottom does it.
Right.
Okay, then what happens if one of the eyes or whatever goes out? The whole damn thing isn't going to work. See, it's on a series.
Right.
And I'm not smart enough to figure out exactly how to. So by putting it all separate, if I went out, it's just one eye. The motor runs, the other eye works, or if there's another light in your stomach, because any place you see glass, see there's flashing, there's a light behind it. So there's more than, it could be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or more lights inside those different places, see. And by doing it that way, then the bad thing, they condense the stuff, see. You get back and take a look.
Yeah.
See, that stuff isn't even the easy thing.
Do you need a hand moving the stuff?
Well, it'll be a problem. See, I've moved myself, but they're just
They look
awkward.
like they're a little bit heavy.
They're awkward.
They're probably kind of fragile.
Just awkward. See, you can't get this way and carry it. You can. You see the handle. Every one of them, everything you see on the side that is decorative.
Oh yeah.
Is a handle.
Is it?
See what I mean? The handle isn't decorative. It's a handle.
Okay.
I made it because I knew I was going to have trouble picking them up. Now,
Sure.
Once I get them off the truck, you can put them on one of these little skid wheelers, or what do you call it, a cart?
Buggy,
Yeah, a cart, anything. You can't leave. You can't put them on. You have to have them where you can hold it. See, because you can't tie them down. You're just going into the store. But a cart that you could wheel it. But it'll be a problem getting them out of there because it always is.
Yeah.
And now the thing is, they got to go in that truck.
Yeah.
And the only way they're going in that truck is the way I carried the four of the family originally.
How's that?
You get the big heavy sponge rubber. I find it around foam rubber.
Right.
Put it up against the back of the truck. That's up this way.
Right.
Put 2. I think you can get 3 across the back if I remember. 3 in there. They fit close together.
Another piece
of sponge rubber foam. I call it sponge rubber. Usually in the old days they sponge. Anyway, then 2 more. See, there's 7 of them altogether, and probably 3. You can probably get this. See, if you put 3 across the back, you're still going to have 1. But anyway, fill it up with sponge rubber, and then
tie the whole
not
thing
tie it
in?
very tight. See, just enough because you're stopping. It can't go anywhere.
You want to give it a little give.
I make you. See, stopping. It can't go anywhere, and you're sure as hell not going to take off fast enough for it to go the other way. See, and that'll do it. I mean, you got to be. A little bit careful. They're not fragile, but, they will. You could break something on them and so forth. I've been pretty lucky so far. They had a wedding, and these space critters were kind of souvenirs. I made them up from. I got some inside there.
They're from the oil
spouts. Yeah. They were there, and I made a whole bunch of them. I've got I must have about 40 ready to go up for Walmart. See, I called him up and I figured, maybe. See, I'd like to. It's my 75th birthday. I figured, well, hell, it'd be if you could celebrate it a little bit more than just whatever.
Right.
And then with the book and the robot, and you wouldn't believe the story that was in the Youngstown Vindicator. Now that's a hell of a ways from here. It's not like Newcastle. See, all right, a colored picture and story. Now we're talking, except for 2 outside columns, the whole length of the page.
Wow.
And again, we're saying out here in New Beaver Borough, this is Possum Hollow. See, it even adds to the robot thing,
Right.
Possum Hollow.
Right.
Anyway, the assistant manager of the store had seen the story. Well, see, he had asked the manager, but it was no problem. I called him at 11:30 in the morning. I figured it'd probably take a week, to get. He said, I'll have to get okay, or I didn't know whether it was from the head office or whatever. So, 5 o'clock, got a call back, same day. Now, man, I'll tell you, when you talk Walmart, and getting in there, because they don't really have things in there. They don't have enough room inside.
No, I don't think I've ever seen any kind of art in a Walmart. No.
Well, anything, not just art.
Yeah.
Whatever might be interesting.
Right.
They have out sometimes in the parking lot. But see, April, I can't put these outside. They're electric. See, they're not battery operated. So that means. Right. Well, you might get a snow shower, in April. Hell, fire. So it'll have to be inside. See. Well, anyway, the book will be for autographing. The robots will all be. I'm not sure. I'd like to take the flying saucer. It was just, you can't believe, the satisfaction it is. And I get kicked, I'm an artist. See, that's what I got to kick up before that. I just needed out of junk, Oh, yeah.
Your stuff is amazing.
Well, I was going to say, April the 8th, you probably won't be around here, but at Walmart, they're going to be up there for a whole week. I got a book coming out. See, I was in the Guinness Book of Records, 13 years for hitchhiking, 291,000 miles, 6,000 cars and trucks. So just imagine what the hell you run across.
Yeah.
Not counting, I've been to South America by bus, Siberia by train, all over Europe hitchhiking, and other trips. See, but I mean, that's not even counting that stuff. Well, let's put it this way. People write books very often going just to South America, the land route.
Sure.
I don't mean flying to Argentina. What the hell did you see?
Right.
You missed everything in between.
Right.
Technically, that fare doesn't even get you into town. That's to the airport. You still have to take a taxi or something to get it down. But I went the land route down. What I wanted them to do when they took the robots in the Elwood paper, they come over and filmed it, and I had that sitting in the middle of them. And the title should have said, "How in the world are we all going to fit into that flying saucer?" Oh, we're going by vans, in other words.
Right.
They didn't do it. The guy wanted to do his own thing. He said DeVon Smith's art goes to Baltimore. Well, that's not very original, but it would have been much better to use that kind of a title on it. Oh, those guys they're professional movers. I mean, professional for, what would you say, art type stuff, you know what I mean? A little bit more skilled than just a regular mover. You can't tell on some of the movers. Anyway, I've got some ideas, but I just can't make it, because if I make it, I don't want to set it outside. See, some of this you don't want outside. I got an idea for the world's brightest dog. Now, bright will be two things. He could be full of reflectors for light and make him kind of bright there, or from the point of I'm going to use one of these antenna. I got a lot of these antenna motors, because they're getting out of date for most people. They got cable or whatever, dish. So I found a great big, I have never seen a plastic hot water tank. You know, plastic.
No,
Because you heat them there. I don't know how the hell they heated it. It was a Sears. It was a regular Sears. When I found it, I knew damn well I didn't know what I was going to do with it. See, I was going to do something with it. It's full size, about that size. And I thought, my God, this make a hell of a good dog. And I'd have to find a head. I don't know what kind of a head would fit. You need a pretty good size head. But anyway, on the back end, by using these rotor motors, because they're pretty strong, you know, you turn that antenna, especially under the cold condition. If I get it through the back and out the side, let's see, yeah, while the dog would have his legs there, there's like,